And if that was awesome.
That was
Yes.
I'm Fiona Corinne, and you're watching Night Train Sessions.
All right, we're so lucky to have Fiona in the studio today. We have some more serious questions for you, things that we think might help like other artists as well. So I like to know about like a little bit of your influences and your background. Like if you could let us know like, who influenced you as a musician.
Well, I grew up listening to 80s hair metal thanks to my older brother. And after that I started doing musicals. And then I kind of grew to love like the cheesy top 40 pop music. So those are probably my biggest influences. But I listen to everything. So anything that's inspiring, I guess. But
nice.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a touring musician?
Touring music, well, my first tour was last summer, so I don't know if that really counts, but I've been writing for 11 years
gigging.
now.
Yeah, okay.
Writing for 11 years and playing regularly for 8, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you could go into a time machine, go back in time to when you first were getting started and give yourself some advice, anything that you've learned over these past 8 or 11 years that you
not to try and make other people happy. It took me a very long time to find like my sound because I was trying to play what's on the radio or what people wanted to hear, and I'm doing my own thing now and people still want to hear it. So
nice.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to learn that?
A really long time.
Really?
Like within the past couple years I really like found myself. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a great piece of advice. What sacrifices have you had to make to be a musician?
Oh boy, a lot. Time and money, and like right now I'm playing a keyboard that I bought on Craigslist for $50 6 years ago, and it's a piece of crap. But like I have other priorities, like I want to record music and travel and stuff, so sacrifices like that, but it's just a lot of time. Like more than just playing shows, like doing all the behind the scenes work, it's never ending.
So how do you afford to be a musician? I mean, you've made sacrifices, but like how do you afford to stay? Do you have to work other jobs? Or is music your full-time thing?
Yeah, I was working retail for a while. When I moved to Massachusetts a year ago, I made the really scary decision to become a full-time musician, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. I do street performances every day. I play private parties, I play at nursing homes, I play shows for tips, like pretty much anything I'll do. I do all right. Thankfully I have a really supportive family and boyfriend who, if for some reason I have a bad week, they got my back, so.
That's good. So when you're playing street shows, is it worth it? I mean, like, have you found places that just are not worth it?
Definitely. When I got my subway permit, I kind of like worked my way through all of the subways that allow it, and there are some that I made $3 singing for an hour, and then there's some that I'll make $80 singing for an hour. So either way, it's so much fun. Like it's really rewarding, and like hearing people sing along or having kids come up to me and ask for Elsa and stuff like that. Like it's a really fun job. So I don't mind it even when I have slow days.
Are you ready for that? Like when little kids come up and ask you for
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep, belt out, let it go.
So what's the mix, like when you're doing gigs, what's the mix of covers to originals?
It kind of depends on the show. I prefer playing my original songs just because I want to get them out there. But there are a lot of like weddings and stuff, I mostly do covers. Do current stuff, classic rock, a couple show tunes, a lot of Disney songs. But yeah, I don't know, I mix it up. It depends on the show.
Now, how do you get gigs other than, street gigs? How do you get like venue gigs?
I have a couple friends in the area that I've met through street performances who like post Facebook statuses about it, so I definitely reach out to them. I also email 10 venues a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I follow up with them a month later and say, if you got my email, just let me know either way. But
how effective is that?
I mean, I've emailed about 400 venues, and I've gotten responses from maybe 100. and shows from like 20.
Wow. So it works.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting shows. It's a long process, but it's definitely worth it. You're getting yourself out there either way.
Now, fans. How do you get fans?
Being awesome.
Nice. I like that.
I don't know. I try to be real and friendly. Like it shows. I'm always willing to talk to people afterwards and hang out and
Nice.
be the real me. And especially like in street performances too, in the subway, I always am stopping to chat with people. And online, I just share as many videos of me playing my auto-tune piano as possible. And I have videos of me singing in my car. I just try to be authentic, and people seem to like it.
Do you have merch and stuff that you sell to them?
Yeah, I have t-shirts, posters, stickers.
Now, do you feel like a fan becomes a true fan when they bought something from you? Like when do they become a fan to you?
I don't know. When they come to a show that they didn't just happen to be at, I guess. Like when they go out of their way to come see me, it's really nice when that happens, and it's not like my mom.
Now, how do you get fans to come to shows? Like, how do you get the word out? What's the most effective thing that's worked for you?
Most effective? I honestly have no idea what's most effective. Facebook events, I share them on all my social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And I used to do text updates and like automated messages, but it's very expensive and it wasn't making a difference. So unless you're really well established, I don't recommend jumping into that. It was a waste of money and I ended up canceling it. So
Really?
I think if I had more people on the list, it would be good, but there was only a few people in each state or in each town or whatever, so it wasn't worth it to me at that point.
Now, do you plan your musical career, or do you just kind of take it day by day? It sounds like you plan some things like getting gigs, but like, do you have an overall plan for like where you want to be?
Yeah, I'm like annoying about my planning. Like I need a plan in order to like work on something, but I've gotten a little bit more relaxed about it. 5 years ago, if you asked me, I would have said that I'm gonna go on a world tour and be a billionaire and have a jet and be a total rock star. And now I just want to be successful no matter what I'm doing, whether it's playing in subways or playing to sold out arenas.
How do you measure success?
If I'm happy and making a living from it, I guess.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And your fans, like, do you feel like they appreciate you? Like, once you get a fan, do you feel like they do enough for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. My fans are awesome. Like, always sharing things, even strangers that I have never actually met and they've just stumbled across my music. They share things and shout out to me, and it's great. Everybody comes to shows, everybody's online, it's great.
That's awesome. Tell me about like your worst show ever.
Oh boy.
Or a worst show.
Okay, a worst show. I was on tour and I was in Ohio and I was opening for a band, and there was a really, really drunk guy who would not stop harassing me. Kept trying to get on stage with me and like would not leave me alone. And when I left, I had the band like come and protect me because I was like worried. And like he ended up like standing in front of my car and not letting me leave, and we had to call the cops. And it was really great.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, it was interesting.
So tell me about the tour. How did you get the tour? Where did you go?
I just emailed everyone all the time until someone responded. I took what I could get. I played 13 cities across like the eastern half, and I spent 3 weeks sleeping in my car.
Wow.
And traveling. It was
different bands, or were you opening for the same band?
Just me, and then like opening for a few bands. Sometimes I played solo shows. It really depended on what I could get. But
And how did you get the word out when you were on tour?
Posters. I liked working with other musicians because then I could kind of they were around so they could do it. Posters, Facebook events, local calendars on the websites and stuff are really, really helpful because a lot of people check those if they need something to do on the weekend. And so I just put it everywhere I could.
So what's a successful gig for you? After the gig is over, it's a lot of work, I know. Like, how do you say to yourself that was worth it or not?
If I feel good about it, I'm usually happy, even if I didn't make money and even if I was playing to a mostly empty room. If I thought I sounded good and I had fun doing it, because that's why I do music, is because I love it. So if I was happy with that, then that's a good show.
So do you do shows where you're kind of just the background, like in a restaurant kind of thing? Where people,
Yeah, definitely more like dinner, set music. I've done a little bit of everything, like cocktail hours. I used to work at weddings. I do, like I think I mentioned it earlier, nursing homes. I have a lot of kids songs for like birthday parties and stuff.
Wow, so you really do the whole range.
Everything I possibly can,
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Do you find, for instance, a nursing home gig, do you find that rewarding? Like, does it?
Oh yeah, like everyone is so grateful to have music, and I do like the oldies and Frank Sinatra and Etta James and stuff, and it's so much fun because they're so happy and singing along and stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So where do you hope to be in a few years? Do you want to be touring again? Was that enough fun if you take the Ohio guy out of the picture?
yeah,
maybe
definitely.
a bodyguard.
Yeah. I'd love to keep touring, maybe release like a full-length album. Just keep doing what I'm doing as best I can.
What do you think are some of the biggest hurdles to being successful as a musician? Like, what are some things, if you could snap your fingers and get right now, you would do?
Money.
Money. To do what?
Anything. Buy better equipment, record, go on tour, not have to worry about my credit card filling up, like everything. It really comes back to it. Like, I'm lucky that I'm doing what I love and not having to pay a bajillion dollars, but I would be doing a lot more if I had the means.
That's awesome. Well, it was so great meeting you. Thank you so much for coming into the studio.
Thank you for having
me. We had a great time.
Thanks for watching this episode of Night Train Sessions. If you liked it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Once you do, you'll automatically be entered to win all of our giveaways, like this cool guitar. You could click here to watch more, or you could click here to get a really cool behind-the-scenes look of our session. What's it gonna be, guys? I mean, I'd click both if it were me.